Hey, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. You're never gonna guess what today is.
And the reason you can't guess what today is because you got no clues. See how smart I am?
Today is Friday, the 6th of March, 2020. We are on our way to Bristol Borough, Pennsylvania, and we are going to change out a woman's over-the-range exhaust hood. This usually isn't a very exciting job, but maybe you don't know how to do it. Or maybe you just want to watch me work from the comfort of your lazy boy, lazy chair, lazy boy, whatever. Either way, it's fine with me. I'm bringing you along with me, and I'm glad to have you. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to run to Home Depot real quick. I'm going to grab a little bit of touch-up paint so that I can touch up a spot on this woman's wall for her. Then we're going to get right into the range hood right after this. Okay, so here we are on location in Bristol Borough, Pennsylvania. I'm going to take this light bulb out in hopes to not burn your retinas, but the other light bulb is still awful bright. It's hard to determine whether or not it was affecting the camera. I have here my DeWalt gyroscopic screwdriver. You twist it which way you want it to go. The further you twist it, the faster it spins. However, that screw needs to come out, and I need a regular screwdriver because this gyroscopic one is just a tad bit too long and won't fit. Alright, that's where all the wiring is. Some wiring right here. Right there. All right, do you hear that beeping? Yeah. Just scream when you hear it stop. It says furnace, family room, kitchen, dryer, air conditioner, basement, floodlights, washing machine. All right, it's actually not labeled, so I'm just going to have to snap a few. Do you have a computer on or anything? You need to save anything in? Okay. It's off? Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. hanging up in there. Okay. Okay, so this is the replacement hood that the client purchased and had on site. I'm taking off the cover to the electrical compartment now so that we can wire up the AC to it. This fan exhaust hood is a little bit different. It only has one light instead of two, but it's almost a direct replacement, and I think everything is going to line up perfectly as far as the mountain screws are concerned. What I'm doing now is taking out this pop-out plug, and I'm going to install a Romex connector. Do not install your hood fan without a Romex connector. That's what keeps your wires from running against sharp metal edges. This here's your Romex connector. This does not come with most units, so you have to have one. Just thread the nut off of it. The part that has the two screws on it stick inside the chassis, and then put the nut on the outside and tighten the two really securely together. They do sell a tool that you can use to tighten these little nuts on these Romex connectors, but you can use a needle nose and sometimes get away with just your fingers. I should probably also mention the reason you use a Romex connector is because you don't want the AC wire rubbing up against the sharp edges of the chassis. And where this has a fan and it vibrates, it could happen. So better be safe than sorry. Now just take the electrical supply wires, run them through the Romex connector into the chassis of the fan. At this point, you can take your fan and stick it up in location and screw it in. Sometimes it helps to have what they call a third hand. It's like a jack that holds units like this in place. It's for when you're installing kitchen cabinets or exhaust fans or even microwaves underneath of a cabinet. And it holds it up, and it's a really handy.
You ain't tricking nobody. This was a direct replacement. You got really lucky. This thing slid right into place on the old screws that were there. You got lucky. You lucked out on this one.
Yeah, please don't interrupt me like that when I'm talking. But yes, I did luck out on this one. Not all of them are going to be direct replacement models. This customer did not try for a direct replacement. She went to the store, she purchased what she could afford and the style and color that she wanted. Just so happens to be that they lined up. Now, many of them will, but not all of them, so don't expect that. If you've made it this far, you've got it made, okay? You might have three wires. If you have a green one, it goes to ground or to the green ground screw, or to the bare copper wire. The other two wires, you have a white and a black. White is your neutral wire, black is your hot wire. Black to black, white to white, or if it was an outlet or something like that, or if it had connections like screws that you connected to, black to gold, white to silver. That's as simple as it gets. Let's get this connected.
Isn't it true that you put electric tape on the wire nuts?
Yes, I do. Now, it's not code. You don't have to do it. I like to do it because with things that have moving parts, like this exhaust fan, the vibration could cause that wire nut over time to back itself off. That tape just ensures it's going to stay where I put it.
Mr. Bob, what are you doing now?
I'm tightening the screws in the Romex connector. This way that wire that we have running through doesn't flop around in there. It holds it nice and secure. And once you get this tightened, you can just take the wires, push them all up in there, and put the metal housing back over them. There's two little tabs that this fits into, and one set screw holding it in place. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, actually. I got a pretty good memory and all. But I also remember a while back, last time you did this, didn't you have trouble putting that metal housing back in there? I don't think that goes in as easy as it comes out, does it? Well, does it?
Actually, no. Quite often, this is a pain to put back in. It just takes a little bit of patience. There's no real trick to it. Just move the wires and adjust them until it seems to fit in there properly. You'll get it. The hard part about this is you're leaning over a stove and looking up and working over your head kind of on an angle. It's really not that difficult. Don't be intimidated by it.
No, we have to have patience, just like you said. Patience is hard sometimes. I try to have patience all the time, but it's not always easy to have patience. But you can practice it. When you get frustrated at something, just slow down and tell yourself you're gonna get it eventually. Just relax, it's okay.
Hey, so there you go. You watched me replace the exhaust fan. Not that hard of a job. That one kind of made the job look a little easier than it can be. Sometimes those are a little bit more of a pain in the butt to install, but that particular fan had those wooden blocks added to the underside of the cabinet already. And sometimes the fan that's in there, or sometimes there's no fan in there, don't have those wooden blocks, but where they were already there and the screw holes even lined up, this was just almost a direct replacement. But it's not much to it. If you know how to do an outlet, you can do the exhaust fan just fine. Now, if your exhaust fan vents to the exterior, you do have to pop the metal plate off on the top if it's going up, or in the back if it's going out the back. And sometimes there's a little metal flange that you have to screw on there and has to fit into the exhaust on the back. But a majority of the time, they're exhausted right back into the room again. So, listen, if you could subscribe, if you want to, you'll see more videos. At the very least, could you give me a thumbs up just so other people can find this video, because YouTube ranks videos depending on if they get likes or not. So the more likes you get, the higher it's ranked. And this might help somebody out there. So your thumbs up helps my video get out there, but it might help somebody else, even if it just helps boost their confidence that they can do it too. Also, I have plenty more videos. You should check out the channel, look at the videos I've got. Some of the older ones are not as good as the newer ones, because as my video editing skills developed, the videos got better and better. But the majority of the videos that's on there are new. I have over 80 videos at this point, and heading towards the 90 mark as we speak. So please give me a like, subscribe if you like content like this, And if you have any questions about anything, if you're putting one of these exhaust fans in, or you're about to, and you want to send me a picture of it and get my input on it, I'd be more than happy to help you out and tell you what I think. So again, I appreciate you watching. I thank you. And if you're a handyman or a contractor and you do work like this, drop a comment. Love to hear from you. Today's Friday. It's my favorite day of the week. I'm on my way to give an estimate for a job, and I've got one to write when I get back to the office. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. You're still watching, huh? Well, I want to tell you something, seeing you're still here and you're still watching this video. Like Maryland, Pennsylvania, and many other states are implementing a camera summons law. It's for the areas that are under construction, a work zone. So if you're driving down the interstate and you enter a work zone, and it has to be an active work zone, men and women have to actually be there working, not leave the signs up and go home for the night. There's going to be a vehicle there that has a device on the roof of it that is going to take a picture of every vehicle that speeds by with 11 miles an hour or greater. And it's going to take a picture of that vehicle with the license plate, and you're going to get a summons in the mail. And it's a tiered summons system. The first summons, I think, is like 50 bucks. The second one is maybe 75 or 100, and then it goes up from there. It does max out at some point, and I don't know if they could come after you for your license or anything beyond a moving violation, you know, as far as a monetary slap, you know what I mean? So take it slow, drive careful. I always try to, but when you're in a work zone, slow down, make sure your headlights are on, and try to keep your money in your pocket. So seeing you stayed on here this long watching this, now I mean it. It's time to go. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.